Hey, it's Matt Stephenson, and now we're going in an entirely different direction what we've talked about so far. We focused a lot on the technology, the hardware, the software. We haven't talked about what makes it go. We've got Dr. Jessica Barker here to talk about what's going on with people, and let's talk about it. I mean, they're the ones who run the machines, who plug everything into the wall. What is the biggest role that all of the people that are involved can play in keeping not just individual data, but the companies and to a larger extent the world safer?
Yeah, you've really hit the nail on the head, I think. As an industry, we in general talk so much more about the tech. We have focused so much more on technology historically. So even though we say, oh, it's about people, process, and technology, we are drawn much more to the tech. And most people working in the industry have a technical background, which obviously is really important, but at the same time, we are dealing a lot with people. This is all about how people engage with technology and what people do with information. So what's really crucial to me is how we engage with people, how we can educate them in a way that is interesting, that is engaging, and that really sticks.
I think the interesting part could be the hardest one. Once you get like sales and finance involved, they're not going to want to know everything that's going on inside the network.
Sure, and they don't need to know everything that's going on, but they need to know what's relevant to them. And cybersecurity is an interesting topic. It is an exciting subject, and it's in the news so much at the minute that actually people are really aware of cybersecurity. So we will say, oh, we need to raise awareness. Actually, people are aware, but what we haven't done is really make it very relevant to them. So with people in sales, with people in finance, with people in marketing, it's about what is the hook that's interesting for them. How can we make them understand how this applies to them and their job, and how this is going to help support them do their job in a safer way.
So how is it evolving? What are we doing? Obviously, what are you doing, and other companies or organizations to push that part of the agenda and make them understand the organic bits that wrap around the metal are every bit as important, if not more so?
Well, I'm really delighted to have seen over the last couple of years that people are doing more than just paying lip service to this. So organizations, and I think the cybersecurity profession in general, is starting to catch up to the fact that people really do matter, and that actually we need to kind of change the narrative that we've had. So for so long in this industry, we've kind of said, oh, people are the weakest link, and the users are stupid, and you can't patch stupid, and all of this stuff that actually is really unhelpful. And what we've started to see, I would say just in the last kind of 6 months to year, is a bit of a start to change that narrative, where people are saying, actually, maybe the problem is us. Maybe we need to understand psychology more, and sociology, and communications. And even in March, the National Cybersecurity Centre in the UK launched, and they launched with a theme of people as the strongest link. And what they said a really nice quote. Emma W. from the NCSC in the keynote said, people aren't the weakest link, they are the only link, because if security doesn't work for them, it doesn't work. What are we all here for?
So as we look at how dynamic things are, it's every day you're reading about the ransomware attacks in the paper. It's on the front page of things like the USA Today, which is not exactly the Financial Times, but it's got everybody's attention. What is next? What are you either excited about? What are you concerned about? We say 6 months from now, when you look back, you're like, that was the moment.
What am I concerned about? One thing that concerns me, I'm glad to see it in the press, but one thing that concerns me is a bit of a spreading of FUD. So when we talk about cybersecurity in psychological terms, we have to talk about it carefully, because we're talking about scary things. We're talking about threats. And if you talk about something scary in a way that just makes people panic, what you do is you drive poorer behaviors. So we're at this really important tipping point where how we as an industry handle the threats and how the media handles the threat is really crucial, because we need to not overblow it. We need to not terrify people so much that they either go into denial or avoidance. What we need to do is engage them. And so that's what I'm always focused on, and that's what I would like to see change, because if we don't do that, we're not going to change those basic behaviors. Often in the industry, we're looking at the latest threat and it moves really quickly, but at the same time, a lot of things stay the same. So really, we're still trying to fix the basics, whether that's patching, whether that's network segregation, or whether that's basic human behaviors.
So for those that are looking for that factual voice, the steadying that's not the dynamic headline grabber, where can they find you out in the world?
So look at www.cyber.uk. That's my blog site.
How did you get that?
I know, right? So there I talk about all sorts of things to do with cybersecurity. It's a resource for anyone interested in the industry, and I try and share in particular the human stuff. And you can also find me on Twitter at Dr. Jessica Barker.
See, I'm never going to be able to get my own name on Twitter, but you can find me at PacMat73. We're trying to find all the angles on this because the attacks come from a lot of directions, and you want to be calm and you want to have the facts. So make sure you come back.